What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today we are visiting Darren's pufferfish setup. Now he's got a few different pufferfish tanks, he's even got one tucked down in the stand, so we're going to check them out. He knows a lot about pufferfish, so I'm really excited to check these tanks out. So let's speak to Darren and let's have a look at his pufferfish aquariums. Thank you Darren for doing the video. Hopefully you can introduce your pufferfish and a bit more about your aquarium. So could you maybe talk to us about this tank first?
Yeah, so this is my spotted Congo puffer tank. As you'll see, I've got 4 tanks. This is the first one. So these are the spotted Congo pufferfish from Africa. We've got 3 of them. I believe it's 1 male and 2 females. My kids have named them. So we've got Phil, which is the smaller, skinnier one that I believe is a male. We've got Parmesan, which is the sort of medium-sized one in the middle there. And then we've got Princess Peach, which is the one at the top there.
Great names. Yeah, they're probably, what, at the moment about 2 inches or so, 2.5?
Yeah, I think probably between 2 and 2.5. I think Phil's probably somewhere around 2. Yeah. Maybe slightly under 2 inches, and the others are slightly bigger than that.
Yeah. What do you feed these guys?
So I try and mix up their diet as much as I can. Yeah. They love bloodworms. They also really like bladder snails. So I've got bladder snails that I'm breeding in another tank. Yeah. Because they do eat a lot of bladder snails, as you probably know. Pufferfish do suffer with overgrown teeth. Yeah. These guys don't seem to be so bad. But still try and get them plenty of snails. They also eat cockles occasionally and tubifex. I think I said that right.
Yeah. Tubifex worms. Yeah. Do you feed them live ones or frozen?
A mix of both. So they have live bloodworms, obviously live snails. Yeah. I do feed them a lot of frozen bloodworm as well, just because it's easy, and I think the frozen bloodworm also helps keeping their teeth in check there. Yeah,
and what different plants have you got in this? I see you've got quite a range.
Yeah, so I've got quite a few Java ferns in there. Yeah. Some hornwort, a couple of Anubias, some moss balls, some Java moss, a few plants that I'm not even sure what they are.
This one's subwassatang.
That is subwassatang, and there's also...
That's really healthy.
There's also Pelamos, I think I said that right, which some people, I think there's 2, so there's subwassatang and Pelamos. Oh, okay. I think some people think that they're the same thing and others don't, but who knows? I don't know on that one.
Yeah, and you've got a bit of, is it dragonstone or slightly different stone there? It's quite nice.
Honestly, not sure what stone it is.
And then you've got like a big air bar at the back.
Yeah, big air bar. There's also a bit of driftwood that the Java fern's attached to along the bottom there.
And what sort of volume is this tank?
It's 150 litres.
I see it's a cyano one. You've got another one on the other side, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. And what filtration are you running on this?
So on this one, I'm running an OS Biomaster 800.
Oh yeah.
With
that's plenty for this tank, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's probably overkill on the filtration, but for pufferfish, as they're messy eaters, you do need to go over the top there a little bit.
And so what sort of maintenance do you do on the tank, like water changes wise, and how often do you feed, etc.?
So about a 40% water change every week. Yeah. As you'll see, there is a bit of green hair algae that I do battle with on both my bigger tanks. That's it really, and yeah.
Oh, awesome. And we'll have a look at the other tanks you've got as well?
Yeah, so over here we've got my dragon puffer, who
is hiding
but by nature they do tend to hide quite a lot. Hopefully we'll be able to get her out in a bit.
Yeah, maybe give them some food.
Yeah, she'll normally come out for some food. She tends to, this bit earlier in the day, so she knows normally that I feed her at about 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6. So she'll come out and be all active around them sort of hours.
It's
She
just
knows
hiding
that's
under here.
feeding time.
And this is pretty much the same. You've got just a range of plants. And what do you run for filtration on this tank?
On this one, we've got the built-in filter up there, but we've also got an OS Biomaster 600 again with the built-in heater.
Yeah, perfect.
We've got an air stone running the volcano at the back there as well on the display.
And you've got another tank hidden under in the stand, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. So I've got a smaller tank down here. That's got a few red tail, red eye puffers in. So we've got one male and 2 female.
I think they're hiding at the moment.
It is a bit of a tight squeeze in there. But they are hiding. They may come out shortly.
And is this one of the Fluval Flex tanks?
It is a Fluval Flex, yeah, with the built-in filter on the back.
Yeah. And you've got some Anubia, some more Subwassatang. Is that the hornwort plant, this one?
Yeah, that's hornwort. So we've got hornwort, Java fern, Anubias, and the Subwassatang there as well. And there's also some Java moss in there as well. It's very heavily planted, that one, because it is a tight squeeze for them fish, and to be honest, it's a bit of an experiment to see if I can get them to coexist in there.
Of them just poking his head out down there.
Really heavily planted, that one. So there is plenty of line of sight breaks
and
hiding places.
Do these eat the same food as the others, the snails and bloodworm?
So the same as the spotted Congo puffers, yeah. So they eat snails, bloodworm, the tubifex.
Yeah.
That, to be honest with you, that's sort of the main bulk of their diet. I do feed them and the spotted Congos, occasionally cockles as well.
Yeah.
The dragon puffer, on the other hand, she eats live earthworms most of the time.
Oh, okay.
So quite a lot of live earthworms. Also little frozen minnows. She does occasionally have a cockle, a prawn. I try not to give her too much of that.
Just vary it up a bit.
Just vary it up occasionally, yeah.
Oh, nice. So shall we give the spotted Congos some food first?
Yeah.
These are just getting bloodworm now, are they?
Yeah, just some bloodworm today.
You can definitely tell they know what's going on. And so how big do these sort of get?
3.5 to 4 inches for spotted Congo puffers.
And do you plan to get any more, or are you quite happy with the...
I'm quite happy with this group. I may get more for another tank.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on setting up a few other tanks, but I wouldn't try and get any more than 3 in this tank.
Oh, they're awesome. Fish I've never kept before, but they're really, really unique. They're absolutely loving that bloodworm. And you did mention off camera that you were potentially planning to breed them?
Yeah, that's my plan, is to attempt to breed them. I've spoke to a lot of breeders, and like I say, I think I've managed to identify 1 male and 2 females.
Yeah.
Although I think it's quite difficult to ever be 100% unless they've actually started breeding.
Yeah. Yeah, they're amazing. Just the pattern and the way they move about. And so how often would you feed a bloodworm cube like that?
Once a day, so I'll feed them every day.
Yeah.
So generally it will be bloodworm or snails for them, like I said, occasionally cockles.
And you've got a snail tank, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got the snail tank down here. It's just a cold water unheated snail tank.
Yep.
Again, a few plants. I feed them algae wafers.
Oh, okay.
It's only been running about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I had probably about 1,000 eggs within 3 weeks from the bladder snails, just from heavily feeding them. I've eased up a little bit because I had a little bit of a nitrite spike.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that to come back down, but I believe there's a lot of little baby snails in there.
Yeah. Do you run like a filter or anything? I can see you've got an air pump running on it.
Yeah, so it's just an air filter on the back
yeah,
there.
yeah. Oh, nice. So they'll just keep breeding in there, and then you can
keep breeding and keep feeding them to the spotted Congos.
Yeah, they're awesome. Just feasting on that bloodworm. And you said the dragon puffer obviously gets a lot larger food.
Yeah, I tend not to feed her quite as often.
Yeah.
So sort of once every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Puffers are funny, they will literally eat as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
And they'll always act like they're hungry.
And how long have you been keeping fish or keeping puffers?
So I've been keeping fish probably 6 or 7 years. Also kept some as a kid, but
Yeah.
as an adult 6 or 7 years. Puffers not so long, just a few years on the puffers.
Yeah.
The dragon puffers, the spotted Congos and the red-eye red tails are relatively new. I've had the dragon puffer for about 7 months.
Yeah.
The spotted Congos for about 4 months, and the red-eye red tails I've only had a few weeks at the moment.
Are they quite quick growing or quite
the
slow?
Dragon puffer grew really quickly.
Yeah.
She was pretty big when I got her, and yeah, I'd say she put on a couple of inches within sort of a few months. And the spotted Congos, actually, they've grown substantially since I've had them, and it's not until I go back to the store and see the other ones that they were with that I realise how much
Yeah,
they've grown.
especially seeing them every day, you don't realise quite how much weight they put on. But it'd be good to see the dragon puffer out and feeding, because I know since I've been here, she's been just hiding down. I suppose are they quite lazy fish? They just relax until their sort of prey comes into the tank.
Ambush predators, so they do tend to spend a lot of time just sat there.
Yeah.
Like I said, when she thinks there's food about or it's feeding time, normally she'll come out.
Yeah.
Normally she doesn't need encouragement, but today she is being a
Oh
pain.
yeah.
So we're going to try and encourage her out with this fish. As you can see there, she's
Yeah, I can
she's
see
spotted it.
she's seen that.
She's spotted it.
So is that just like what kind of fish is that? Just a frozen?
I believe it's a frozen fish. I believe it's a minnow. They come in small packs.
Yeah.
I think it's called lance fish.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just a minnow. Let's try and
See if she comes
entice her
out.
out. She will probably snatch it out of my hand before I get a chance to.
She's looking. Oh, she's moving. Let's see if she plays ball. And approximately how big is she?
About 8 inches.
Is that about fully grown?
Yeah, I believe that's fully grown.
Oh,
Here
here we
she
go.
comes. Here she comes.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow, she's got a lovely pattern. Those big eyes. I assume she's going to go and hide.
She might not. She might
No?
stay out now. Yeah, once she's out, she's normally out for a bit, but we'll
And
see.
then you said you feed one of those every sort of 3 days, was it?
2 to 3 days, yeah. She's big.
Yeah, wow.
You can see I do like feeding her.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, it's.
No, she's amazing. Just check out the eyes and the pattern on her. And do you know whereabouts these puffers come from?
Yeah, so the dragon puffers are normally Thailand and Indonesia, I believe.
Okay.
The
she was
spotted Congos are the Congo River Basin in Africa.
Yeah.
And the red-eye red tails, I believe they are Thailand and Indonesia and areas in Asia as well.
Yeah. Shall we give the red tails a bit of food?
Yeah, we can give the red tails a bit of food. I will have to go chop that up, so you have to give me a second
No
because they
worries.
won't take a whole cube of bloodworm.
That's all right. So they're just getting the bloodworm. Oh, as you can
There
see.
we go. So yeah, I believe they're probably pushing on fully grown. You've got the male there, I believe, grows up to about 2 inches,
Yeah.
which I think is probably not too far off of the females. About 1 inch to 1.25 inches, I believe. You can see there the male does chase them off when it's feeding time.
They've got a lovely pattern to them.
Yeah,
And whereabouts do these ones come from?
so they're Thailand and Indonesia and areas in Asia as well.
And are they best kept in groups like you have them?
So generally one male. As you can see, the males are territorial.
Yeah.
A lot of people say keep them in groups of 5 or 6. As you can see, I'm tight on space there, so I have only got 3 in there.
Yeah.
Probably well under the recommended size for the space for them as well. So it's one that I've got, but I'll probably move into a bigger tank as I build my fish room.
Yeah. Oh, they're amazing. They're really cool. And they've got lots of structure to move around and hide under, and as long as they're getting enough sort of water changes and...
Yeah, so I'm not so worried about the water changes. I really keep on top of my water changes.
Yeah.
The main thing is like I say, the territorial behaviour of
I see.
pufferfish. So I have really heavily planted it, so there is a lot of resting spaces, there is a lot of line of sight breaks, but as you can see, especially around feeding time there, the male will bully them away from the food. So I do try and sort of spread out where I'm feeding them as well, so the girls can get food as well without being bullied too much. Yeah,
they're a really interesting species. A species I've actually never seen these ones before available. Yeah, they're really, really cool.
There's a lot of pufferfish. I mean, I find a new species of pufferfish all the time, which I spend a lot of time looking at them and working out which breed I want to get next. And there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, they're awesome. Well, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate the tour. And I think the dragon puffer's gone back down into
bed.
And you do have a TikTok and social media, so I'll make sure to link that down in the description below. But thank you very much. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you do have any questions, please leave them down below and I will try my best to answer them for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.